Good morning, everybody. It's your old pal Linton here for the Friday morning walk around. I hope this finds you safe and well, and I hope you're enjoying some of the spring weather we've been having. I want to talk to you today about sequels. You know, sometimes there's a sequel. Let's talk about movies for a second. Sometimes, and it's rare, but sometimes a sequel comes out that equals or maybe even tops the original. A couple of movies that come to mind: Godfather 2, of course, that's the big one. Terminator 2 would be on the list. The Bride of Frankenstein, Toy Story 2. I mean, these are just some of the things that come to mind. And the reason why I'm talking about sequels is because I'm standing outside of Monet in Boston, Legacy Illuminated. And this is a sequel to Monet in Boston, Lasting Impression. And if you didn't get a chance to see Lasting Impression, you owe it yourself to come see this one. I would really urge you to do it for yourself because it's amazing. And if you did see the first one, you know what? You should come see this anyway because it's different and it fills out the picture in a richer, fuller way. So I'm going to tempt you to come on in and check this out by giving you a quick little sneak preview. So let's sneak on in here. Gonna badge myself in like I own the place. So if you saw the exhibition before this one, you'll recognize this video right at the start of the show. And it's so cool still to see film of Claude Monet. And there's another great video later on in the exhibition too, where you can actually see him working on some sculptural elements. What kind of caught my eye is as you round that corner, the very first thing you sort of walk to is this painting right here, which, you know, is a harbor scene and I don't know, doesn't seem to have too much special about it, but upon closer inspection, it turns out to be the first Monet painting ever accessioned into our collection. And, you know, to my amateur eye, I wouldn't have guessed. I wouldn't have guessed Monet. You know, one of the things also that's a little bit different about this show is they do a really nice job of connecting Monet to the city of Boston, which, you know, he never visited, but they do a nice job of telling that story. Over half of these paintings have sort of a Boston story to tell, and they do it on the wall labels. And also, look at the bottom there. You can see the new free MFA app has some amazing content for this show. Let's see. Another thing that I think you'll find a little bit different than the prior show was that Monet is on view with some of his contemporaries here. And you might see some of these objects and some of these artists displayed in their own time in kind of a similar fashion here. So that's one thing that I think sets this apart from the prior exhibition. You know, I want to show you something else that I just love so much in this gallery where La Japonaise is. There's some Japanese woodblock prints here to give it context. And I want to see if we can capture this on this video. You know, these prints are so famously sensitive and delicate. You know, they're prone to fading when exposed to light. And I'm just looking at these beautiful colors and knowing that, you know, every second that I look at them is a real privilege. You know, to think that in some immeasurable way they're fading before my very eyes. It's kind of a weird feeling. This one next to it also, I mean, just look at the colors and the subtlety and the shading. It's really, really beautiful. So you're gonna wanna check out a couple of those woodblock prints, as well as, geez, there's a lot of work by Millet in this show. And in fact, there's some sculpture, the first Rodin that was ever accessioned into the MFA collection, and a lot more to see. So I'm telling you, you gotta come in and check it out. Whether you saw the first one or not, you owe it to yourself. So hopefully we'll see you, and when you do come in, make sure you swing by the visitor center and say hello. Meanwhile, thank you as always for everything you do. We're lucky to have you, and I'll see you next time.